The same guy who predicted the 2008 housing crash is predicting it again. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. As a California licensed real estate agent in the most euphoric Southern California market, I've been living in the Wild West. It has been absolute craziness working in real estate. Came to YouTube, started giving straight talk. The channel has responded, so I'm continuing to do my best, even as a real estate agent, to bring it to you and bring it to you straight, unfiltered, no bubblegum edits, just real talk. You guys deserve that. So before we get into the topic today, I am going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And please stay to the end for what should be my final thought, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very interesting times. All right, folks, so yeah, here's the deal. Michael Burry, he was the guy. There was a movie called The Big Short. Many of you have seen it. If you haven't, you really, really need to see The Big Short. Michael Burry was a investor in a big investment brokerage, if memory serves me correctly. It doesn't really matter specifically if I'm wrong about that in terms of his specific role, but basically he was warning of a real estate crash within his investment group, and everybody called him crazy. And so basically the last real estate crash was produced from the lending side of the industry, loose lending practices. I'm really shocked, to be quite honest with you, that more of us didn't see this coming. He was able to do, hence the name of The Big Short, was bet against the industry. He was able to go out, and people laughed at this guy. The banks and other investment sectors laughed at him because the consensus was real estate is too big to fail. Even people within his own firm were pissed. They wanted to fire this guy, and he basically called it from the beginning. So recently I saw this report, and you know, again, for me, I can heat map my own clients. For those of you who don't know, I'm partnered with Realtorcom, so I get real-time calls. So it's really easy for me to temperature check and heat map what's going on in the housing market based on the massive call volume that I take. It makes it very, very easy for me, where I don't really necessarily have to rely on data. I have now developed a sixth sense and a gut feeling on the industry, and I am convinced without a shadow of a doubt that, and I called it when I came to YouTube, that we're going to see what we're seeing now, and we're absolutely seeing that. So Michael Burry is predicting not only another crash, but like basically a depression. And I think I've said in one of my earlier videos that depressions are usually produced every 100 years. And if you do that math, we are due for one. Now, again, folks, like I've said before, I am not recession proof. I'm not depression proof, but I'm recession and depression insulated. And I think really that's the alarm that I really want to sound for people, because listen, folks, last thing we want to do is scare people. Mainstream media and in government, they are never going to tell us exactly what's going on because of the civil and social unrest that could be spurred. Just like, you know, if they were to come out right now on TV tonight and say there's food shortages, what do you think would happen at the grocery stores? They would be packed and the shelves would be empty. That's just because, like we saw with the herd mentality, with the buying euphoria, they really created that by telling everybody this is a great time to buy, interest rates, and they really were just doing that to get this economy going. They know exactly what we're up against. Like I've said, they've created a runaway train, and they don't know how to bring it back to the station. That's why the programs that we always talk about have not ended yet. They were supposed to end a long time ago. They haven't. So one of the things that, you know, personally, I mean, for me, Michael Burry, I believe, is 100% right. He was right before when nobody else was. His money is where his mouth is. If you search him, he has an investment firm that invests in different companies and sectors, and he bets against a lot of companies and sectors, and his money is where his mouth is. It's not like he's just spewing like we see a lot here on YouTube with people, maybe just trying to regurgitate, certain fear tactics to get engagement. This guy is putting his money where his mouth is, as like I am. I'm on the sidelines right now. I would not go out and buy in the height of the market. I'm sorry, I just won't do it. I'm not going to come here, tell you one thing and do another. I always say, wouldn't suggest anybody do anything I wouldn't do myself. Now, I have the wherewithal to go buy right now. And I think eventually I'll probably go buy. But it's just not going to be at the height. Now, we're seeing a market shift, and there's probably some deals out there, right? I'm lucky. I have some real estate. Like, I'm good. And one of the things we need to talk about moving forward with the channel, guys, I want you to get into rental properties. I want you to get into real estate, but I don't want you to get leveraged doing that. Meaning, I don't want you to, just like I say, don't spend your life savings on your primary home, or one hiccup in the economy or your income could throw you into a tailspin. Well, the same thing's true with investment in rental property. You don't want to go all in there as well, but you really, really do. I just personally, I'm a real estate guy, so that's what I'm going to push. And it's allowed me to come to YouTube and give you straight talk, because I have other income. I don't rely on commission checks from buying and selling homes to pay my bills, and so that's a real luxury. Now, so that's what I want to create with you guys. I want to create wealthy people. I know for me to retain my wealth, have to make you wealthy, and I believe I can do that. I know I've already done that for many of you. We're going to continue to do that. You're going to hear a lot of repeat stuff from me, because one of the things I see in the comments a lot is, you talk, but you never get to the point. And the thing is, folks, repetition is what it takes. I have to drive these points home. That's why I come. I don't need to produce YouTube videos. I do it because I love to stay busy, and I love helping you guys. I absolutely love you people. I hope you really believe that. I absolutely love you guys. I see you in the comments below. We chat a little bit. I've talked to many of you. Like, I genuinely love people, and I love the engagement. I even love my haters. Some haters out there. Love you guys too. I mean, this is just part of business, and I'm used to it. I have another saying, first time I'm going to say it on YouTube as well. I've trained a lot of salespeople, and I tell people all the time, if you've never had a customer mad at you, you're not helping enough customers. Go help some more customers. That's just the way it works in life, folks. So again, we do not want to be paralyzed by fear. I'm not preaching global apocalypse warnings yet. Hopefully never, right? But I am letting you know, folks, it's not if a crash is going to come, it's when. And it could come like a thief in the night. And we probably don't know what's going to produce it yet. So my thing that I really want to continue to just communicate is to really just expect the unexpected. Closing thoughts. Michael Burry, The Big Short, predicted the last crash, made billions, I think, by doing that, because he put his money where his mouth. This is a guy we got to pay attention to. He's predicting a bigger one. A bigger one is coming. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to continue. And again, I'm going to heat map and monitor my own clients through my own portals and systems that are very reliable. We're going to watch the housing market, because like I've said, the housing market crashes, everything crashes. The housing market is typically the tipping point that causes us to be able to see what's coming down the road. And so I believe that I'm going to talk a lot more about than real estate, as we've done today. But real estate is a great way to heat map our economy. And we just went through what Warren Buffett says: be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. We saw a lot of greed in the buyer euphoria. That's not typically a good sign. So we're going to watch that, but we're not going to be paralyzed with fear, but we're going to take honest looks at these situations and really, really try to keep our thumb on the pulse of this, and together, right? We've got to stay together on this. And so thank you. Thank you for all the great comments. Thank you for all the great support. We are going to make it through this. I got some great things I want to talk about in coming videos, and one of them is having an emergency plan. I think after the pandemic, we see the need for that. I've got a really good one. I'm going to share it with you. Leave some comments in the comments below. Go make it count today. We'll see you on the next video.